Back everyone to part
Hello.
2 of
Hello.
Dungeons& and Dragons 2nd edition with Thorin and Darius, or Alex and Jack. Hopefully Alex will get his webcam working in future.
Yeah.
So both Jeff and Billy leveled up. Jack, you get 600 XP, and Thorin, you get 800.
So close.
If you'd accomplished some more in with the guys. Um, so you're traveling across the plains, there's all sorts of creatures and critters around. Um, Noticeable as you pass some deer, there's a 7 foot tall stag at the shoulder, with huge, antlers. It's bright white.
I don't pay any notice of it.
Um,
I don't suppose Billy or Jeff have a longbow on them.
no, they both they don't own. They didn't bring it with them, or they don't own it.
Cool. I think we just carry on then.
Okay. You also see a pack of wolves, and Lucy howls at them, and they howl back. But other than that, that's all. They're pretty red and brown in color.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then you see Valar in the horizon. You don't encounter the nomads again on your way back.
Cool. I think we just ride on to the city unless you have any ideas, Darius, of anything else we need to do while we're out here.
Nope. Happy to go on back.
Okay, so you ride into the city, across the stone bridge, that brings you into Valar over the Nardi River.
I want to go straight to the temple of
Also, everyone full health now, because you
Of
spent
Aemon.
like 3 days or something traveling. Okay.
um
Billy and Jeff say we should go back to the guard captain, and they're
I
leading
feel
the horses there as well.
I need to leave. I need to make sure that these bodies are given to the priests to make sure that they are interred correctly.
Yeah, though they say they normally they have like that happens. There's been journeys where people die before, and the guards have always dealt with it and done the
Okay.
the burial ceremony and all that jazz. Though there won't be such a ceremony for this like in the battle was.
Yeah, then I suppose we go to the guards
The warden.
area. The warden.
Yeah, so the was it warden or was it guard captain who gave you this mission?
It was the warden himself.
It was
It was
warden.
it was,
Warden
yeah,
himself, the Lord Commander. Yeah, that's right. Confused names 101. So Darius, you would probably know of this guy, but you probably wouldn't have spoke to him. Maybe he'd in combat he could have came up and said, "Well done, good job fighting there," and you'd have seen him. But that's pretty much it. This guy is Lord Commander Warden. He is basically the top man of the guards. Can't get any higher than him in the command line. And you guys, he comes out and meets you. He's heard, you ride to the guard portion of the city, and he's not in his fancy manor house or he's not in the keep. He comes out and he rides on like a noble black Dysterior, just like Maggie's, and you know, uh, he sees you guys coming in with and you a lot of people in the city were like murmuring. You were getting like crowds gathered around you as you come in with 2 manticore pelts, a bear pelt wrapped in horses, and a bundle of dead guards, and
Throwing
everyone's
their bodies to the street.
yeah, basically, and everyone's gasping, and people are covering children's eyes, and there's some cheers, and and then as you're making the journey through the city, Billy's mother comes running out and wraps her arms around him. It's like, oh Billy, thank goodness you're safe. I was so worried. And you see you know, not only there's some screams of horror and occasionally, people come out from the crowd and start walking along beside you and they're grasping at their sons or daughters or husbands or, and is daddy? Why is daddy not speaking, mommy? All that
Oh
is,
God. Oh God.
and
What
Yeah,
have I done?
I lean over to Thorin and I say you probably should have covered the bodies or something.
In hindsight, you're correct.
And Jeff is going around and he's giving his best to console and the bodies. Do you do that, Thorin, as well, or are you just on your horse
Well,
or on Lissy?
Yeah, I want to step off and I want to speak to each of the either widows or mothers. Whoever,
Yeah, I mean
whoever's
your
crying.
procession is moving pretty slowly for it's like a walking pace.
Yeah, I want to go. I want to speak to each of the either widows or mothers or fathers or whoever's there, and let them know that their sons fought bravely and that they will receive compensation for their deaths.
Okay. Yeah, so there's very much sad, and is and at one point, hold on a second, let me get his name. Oops, scrolled the wrong way. The archpriest steps, into your procession and makes a symbol all over the dead bodies. And you also get some priests of all sorts are coming here. This is quite a big event to the word spread really fast and there's crowds and stuff. What was his name? The archpriest of... Oh, I never named him, that's right, and I said I'd name him last time. Okay, well, whoops, I forgot to do that, so he's not named still. But, he comes up and he murmurs a few words to you.
What is his name, Ross?
I'll come up with it later, it's gonna be a cool name. What is he, Priest of War? It's called Mars. His name's Mars.
Okay, cool.
Like the
I
priest.
could have gone with Ares, but okay.
Okay, Ares, fine.
Ares, cool.
Not good enough for you, is it? Archpriest
Welcome to
of...
my world.
Archpriest of... What's the god name called, Darren?
Amon.
Amon, that's it. Archpriest of Amon, head of church in Balor. Okay, yeah, so he comes out and he's like, blessings be upon you, Thorin. I hope these men died bravely.
They did, and I said some words over their bodies as they passed. It's not been they've already been blessed. We're going to return them to the guard captain and see that their families are correctly compensated for their loss.
They will be given good honours for this first slaying of these monsters. And then he goes around and he speaks to the families as well. And there are other priests intermingled with this, priests of the... What was that? God names.
There's Sarah, there's peace and virginity, and I don't know what truth and justice and growth and health.
It was Verity.
Verity is the truth of justice, truth and justice.
So their priests are mingled. And you also see in Napoleus, he comes out as well. And is doing... Napoleus is the head of that church.
Yeah.
And he, talks over the bodies as well and says a few words. So you're gathering quite the procession here of people. But as you enter the guards' quarters, they let you in, and all the guards are like holding their breastplates in their hands, their helmets in their hands, hands to their chests, and the gates shut in, locking out anyone who's not a guard or in your procession. And the Lord Commander Warden stands and waits, and he comes up and he says, "I see your journey was a success, though not without loss."
Indeed, the beasts are strong, although they are both now slain.
We will see fit these guards are remembered for their life lost in duty. It's all very sad.
A request if any of the priesthoods in town are to say words over these men, it would be Amen.
yeah, unless their family have anything else, I agree with you. Eamon is certainly the most appropriate for these noble warriors. Um, and yeah, so he um he says he'll take the manticores and the skins you've brought, and he asks you what you'd have him do with them. He you could sell them, and you guys would get a lump sum where you could, tan them so they are. You could use them as like clothing or a carpet rug or something.
I tell him that I'll handle the selling of the manticore pelts.
He asks you
Myself.
if you know if you're capable of doing that. No, he says he knows people who buy these things, and it's a very expensive and large sums are transferred during this. He says if you don't, he asks you why you want to do it yourself.
Well, if that is the case, then I would like to be present when they're sold. If you have the contacts, then I will trust your judgment. I would like to be there when they're sold.
He says, of course.
I want to request to keep one for a cloak.
You want to keep.
I want a
Keep-
cloak. I have one of them.
Yeah, I think we keep the more battered and scarred one to try and
Okay.
make cloaks out of and keep for ourselves, and the other one can be sold.
Okay, says it's you have the right to do that as you wish. And yeah, he says he'll get that done for you.
I think I asked him how long it would be before he would be able to get these sold.
Oh, he says no doubt with the events surrounding this, it'll be pretty quickly. Um, I'll probably even approach tonight with offers, unless you want to hang around with it all the time. People,
I would like to make a request as well.
Go ahead.
Lucy the direwolf. She has served me well. Once the manticores have been, the manticore has been sold, I would request to keep ownership of Lucy, and if I do need to pay for that honor, then I will.
Roll a charisma check.
Dun, dun, dun.
26 success.
Yeah, he says it'll be of much loss to Valawar, but you've done such a noble deed here and saved so many lives that he's accepting of you keeping her. He says she will be hard to replace, but we will find a way.
Well, I plan to stay in the city and make this my home for the time being. So,
That's good. Then it's not such a loss. If it keeps you here, then that is the beneficial for the city.
Ross, do I have any like livery of the guards on me?
Yes.
What do I have?
Your plate armor is inscribed with the guard's insignia.
Okay. Yeah, so I speak up with this boy and I say, sir, I'm leaving the guards.
I'd known you had troubles. I've heard of. Well, I guess he says. And you are. Oh, of course. I've heard of your woes, Darius. I'm glad you went out after such a glorious mission, but we'll be sad to see you go. But we understand. I mean, you don't really have to tell us if you're leaving the guards. It's just a job.
Well, yeah,
imagine
you're gonna say something.
Oh yeah, and then he requests for your. Well, he says as a boon, I will make it so that you do not have to return your equipment.
Okay.
I'd imagine Jeff would also step forward at this point and say the same thing.
Yeah, Jeff does, and Billy says he's planning on going to spend some time with his family, depending on the money that's raised. And yeah, he's also accepting of those guys. He's like, very well, I can understand why you would want to be behind Thorin. He has a perhaps if I was younger and less bound, I would too be writing behind him.
I say to him, your experience demands you to stay here, but I count you as a friend, and we've already discussed my business in town.
Yeah.
So
You shake
you're in
your
the
hand.
correct position to follow through with that.
Indeed,
Shake
indeed.
his hand.
And he shakes all of your guys' hands. Darius.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then is there anything else you want to do, Sayer?
What in the god place?
Yeah, in this current place, he says, there's going to be a ceremony in the town, and you guys are going to be presented with like medals. If you could, like, in a 5 days time or something.
Okay.
I request accommodation within the keep.
Yeah, of course. You'll be treated as celebrities here.
Nice. Yeah. So I think I don't have anything more to discuss with him at this point. So I think
Yeah.
I say to Darius that I trust the commander with the sale of the Manticore, but I will be present for it, and we'll all be rewarded for our quest.
Of course. So do we just leave then, or?
No, you stay in the guard.
Well, yeah. I'm saying do we
Guards.
just leave his office, or?
Oh no, you weren't in office. He was approaching you
Alright.
in the middle of the horses, and and people come up to lead away the bodies, and
So, Thorin, what do you intend to do now?
Well, I think the next few days, I think when we gather our strength in town, I have a few contacts within the city that I need to go and see. You can meet them as well, and we'll take it from there if they have any further information for me in my quest. And also, we need to see through the sale of this Manticore and use the gold if we need to within the town.
Of course, you should know that despite my leaving, I still know some people within the guards. So, should you need that, I can provide. So, unless you want to do anything else, I'm going to go into town. So that's the thing I want to do.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. In fact, yeah, I'm gonna drop off I'm gonna leave Lucy in the care of the commander for them or the keep for the time being, and I'm gonna head into town as well.
Okay. I mean, both of you, it's anywhere you go, any place you do, people are like, coming up to shake your hands, or, people
So
are,
I can't stand all this like toadying and crap.
yeah.
I
It's
don't
a
like
lot-
it.
You're
At
the
all.
latest celebrities.
So
5
I'm
minutes
just
of
like
game.
pushing people away from me, like get the hell away from me.
I try and take as much of the flack as I can from Darius because I am trying to get my name known
Yeah.
within the city. So I try and cover for him as best I can if he wants to try and slip off.
I mean, yeah, you were kind of, because you were riding Lucy, that people come to you more than to Darius.
Mm-hmm.
And you made your name already a little. This is just yet another accolade for you.
Okay, so I want to go to. Well, actually, I did want to speak to Thorin first before I did this.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
the idea was to speak with him while we were walking, but so I just wanted to ask. I was actually going to ask him about like his god, basically, or his or how that works.
Right.
Like, do you worship the dragon, or?
I do. My lord and my god is Ranth. I serve him in my entirety. I've spoken to the priests of Aemon to some length, and I believe that perhaps some of my power stem from him, and perhaps Ranth is in commune with Aemon. But certainly all my power, as far as I'm aware, come directly from Ranth.
Are you trying to keep the fact that you serve Ranth a secret in this town?
I'm not publicising it. Several people do know that I am of my true allegiances, and several are sympathetic to that.
You just sorry to interrupt. You wore your tabard off the boat, didn't you? You
no,
wore
I
it.
had it hidden. I took it off, and
On the boat, okay.
yeah, I didn't. I wasn't walking through town with it on. I do
Yeah.
still have it, but it's hidden.
Okay.
Well,
Well, maybe Darius wouldn't have known you're from Rant's castle then.
Perhaps not.
Well,
But,
anyway.
yeah,
It'll be revealed
what
at
is
one
it?
point on the journey or
So
something.
I say,
Yeah.
does Rant have like a symbol or any of his own heraldry?
He does that of a dragon, and
Subtle.
certainly, if you have that of a black dragon, and certainly if you are looking to make his symbol your own, then I would ask you do it as not inscribe it directly into your armor, but as a tabard. So when necessary, it can be removed so it can be subtle in certain areas.
Of course. So at this point, I sort of just leave Thorin to the crowds unless he says anything else to me. And I basically go to the an armor smith or something. I want to get the guard symbolism removed from my armor plate.
Yeah, it's an easy job and he's willing to do it for free. He'll just buff it basically until the H symbol's gone. Because he's still willing to do it for free because you're a celebrity, though.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I take advantage of his hospitality, and then I want to get a tabard made with the symbol on it, right? But obviously, I'm not gonna wear it as soon as I get it made.
Yeah.
Right?
You're gonna ask someone if they can make a symbol with Rant's symbol on it, on the Holy Ranty card there.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask them to keep it discreet.
Roller charisma check.
As in, like, I don't want them telling everyone that they're making this for me. Charisma. Oh, for fuck's
Okay.
sake.
He says sure, okay, but mum's the
Alright.
word, you know? And he winks
Okay.
at you. Nice, yeah.
And I look at him in the eyes and I say, yeah, don't betray my trust. And then I walk out.
Thorin?
I want to go and visit. I want to speak to the crowds. And
I mean, there's not so much crowds, it's just like people in the street will come up and say hello. They're not crowded and following you, it's just basically everyone's looking at you and pointing to you and talking about you, and then some people will be good enough to come up and shake your hand and etc.
yeah, anybody that comes up, I speak to them. And it'll make progress slow, but I do speak to them to make them know who I am.
Yeah.
And yeah, I want to visit Durin. My
Okay.
first port of call.
Is does the the time you spend with the crowds, does that give me enough time to get back to you before you go to see him?
Yeah, they definitely would.
Okay. So I'll meet back up with you then.
Yeah, I want to head to when Darius arrives. I let him know that I have a friendly armor smith that I know, also a dwarf, and I'm on my way to visit him if you want to join.
So, of course.
You've probably heard of Durin, you've lived in the city your entire life.
So yeah, I want to head to go and visit Durin.
Yep, he's and then he comes in, he goes up and he goes to shake your hand, and he pumps away and says, "May fine job you've done there, Thorin. May fine."
My thanks, Durin.
Did you
battle.
did you wear any of his stuff?
Yeah, it's chainmail.
Okay, you say, "I'm glad my chainmail kept you safe."
It did. Certainly. I certainly needed it. It was a rare fight. A dwarf such as yourself would have enjoyed the combat. I come to you now.
Dawn of the Tide.
We
I
have
was thinking that as well.
what?
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. I come
Turn
to you
of the
now
tide,
to seek
even.
again your services. I want to. I'm requesting a new set of armor from you. Now, I do not have the gold at present. Certainly, I can pay you something as an upfront cost, but I'm awaiting the sale of the Manticore pelt at the we have recovered, and some. I will certainly have a large quantity of gold to give to you on completion of the work.
Yep. Okay. I have
and
no doubt that your word is your bond, Thorin. I think I can do that for you. What do you want me to make?
I'm just opening combat and tactics now to get what specifically I want. I want a set of plate, essentially.
Okay.
And I also want a great helm.
Combats and tactics.
Just trying to find what.
Plate mail is 600 gold pieces. And it would weigh 25 for you because you're a dwarf. Well, no, I changed it. I said it was like 4/5 in it or a third. What did I say? 2/3. So it's like 35 for you.
Wait, where are you getting this price on the full plate?
Control F for full suits on combats and tactics. Oh, full plate? Oh, that's 4,000. No, okay.
yeah, I know.
My bad. Yeah, I thought you said plate mail. No.
I'm trying to see what AC full plate's 7, fuel plate's 8. Yeah, it would be plate mail. That'd be after
Okay.
AC 7.
Tells you how much it would normally cost.
Yeah,
And
600
how
gold
much-
pieces.
Give you a discount. Put it 500 for you. Alright, check. Yeah, okay, so speed up a lot because Jack has to leave. And
Yeah.
basically, what are you doing? So you talk to Durin, you order full plate mail, says he'll do that for you.
And a great helm in the shape of a dragon's head.
Does he know you're a Rantic follower?
No, but I'm just
Okay.
asking for the dragon's head.
Says he'll do that for you though, he raises his eyebrow.
Does he ask me any questions on it?
No.
I welcome any questions that he has.
He just raises his eyebrow and goes, very well. AC 1.
Yeah, obviously the lower the AC, the better with great helms. Because like a cap is AC 6 and it works in reverse, remember?
Yeah, but then why is full plate higher than fuel plate?
That's a very good point.
That's dumb. I guess
Well, yeah,
I think you're
surely-
right, yeah. 19
think
on
it-
your face.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I see him raise his eyebrow and
Also, that'll weigh the same for you, by the way.
what the same
The
weight
helm, you have the same size of face as a human.
Yeah, so £20.
Yep.
So how much weight would that be in total?
55.
55. And I want to return the chain. Well, I'll keep the chain for the time being, but at the time when I get it, I'll return the chain to him.
Okay.
Um,
So it'll be 500 gold for you then, with the chain cut down. Be nice.
how long will it take?
Like 3 days.
I let Darius know that we'll be in town for at least 3 days. While I wait the armor to be made. When he raises his eyebrow,
Mm-hmm.
I want to make sure he can see me acknowledge.
Oh my
the
god,
eyebrow.
no, it doesn't take 3 days, it takes
So it takes a lot longer than that, a couple of weeks maybe.
plate mail 14 weeks.
14 weeks.
Is this
Holy
set of
shit.
chain mail times 2 weeks? He has takes 10 weeks to make a set of chain mail. Yep, 14 weeks. Time multiplied by 2 weeks. It's time it takes an apprentice to craft it. Oh, okay, how about a master? Okay, I'm gonna say he can half the time because he's good at it.
7 weeks.
Yeah. Jeez,
Wow.
it's a long time.
When I see him raise his eyebrow, I want to acknowledge it, and I want to say to him, we have spoken, you trust me. I welcome any questions you may have, but I can see by the raised eyebrow, you know why that I'm requesting a dragon's head be my helm.
So you're not just a priest of war. Not just any
Perhaps.
old priest of war.
Yeah, not your run-of-the-mill priest of war. I think is.
Well, you've done good for this town, so I'll make no comment.
And certainly I
What the fuck? How can it be
I
14 weeks? How the fuck do you make money out of that? Because then you have to stay and own a blacksmith for 40 weeks. Whatever. Yeah. That,
And I say to him that I hope to bring many more blessings to this town.
good. I trust you well.
And yeah, Jack, you said you need to leave soon.
Yeah, I do.
Cool.
Okay, then do you want to end there? Well, before you end, unless were you planning on doing anything else that day?
I was gonna visit the bar to see if
Oh, okay then. Right, then we
what's
won't.
his name, Hofo is around.
We won't end there. We will end there then. Okay, guys. Thanks for watching. It's a shame I didn't notice the time because then I could have been split in two nice hour videos instead. One's hour and a half, one's half an hour. We'll see y'all in the next video. Oh wait, feedback, constructive criticism. Go.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think we've character introduced well by Jack. I think it makes sense.
Yeah.
And I think it's just a case introduction's over. It's a case of getting the story on the go now, Ross.
Yep.
Yeah. I need to basically just make sure I understand what Thorin's up to at this point. So I'm just waiting and watching at the minute.
Mm-hmm. So anything specific you want to see more of or less of, or?
Well, imagine I'm to an extent open with my allegiances.
Mm-hmm.
But my main quest at the moment is this seeking out Martian.
Yep.
But I explain the values when we're more in private of obviously seeking to extend Ranth's influence over the world and to gather in wealth and to sow war and destruction along the lands in his name.
Okay. Sounds excellent.
Yeah.
Well up for that.
Everyone plays evil characters. Everyone. I'm pleased.
Can I just say, right? I was looking at combat and tactics for the armors when we were just going through it then, and just saw something incredibly fun to finish this up. Dog barding. That is dog barding.
Awesome.
In theory, I could get wolf barding then, or dire wolf barding.
Absolutely.
We need to find some dwarfs though.
But I'm speaking to a dwarf blacksmith.
I mean, aye, but he's not trained in dwarven cavalry armor, unfortunately.
Damn.
He's human. Alright, guys, that was a good note to leave off on. We'll see you everyone next week, and hopefully we'll get closer to Martin.
Indeed.
Yep. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.